I'm going to teach you guys how you're going to make some nice tandoori chicken today. So some people have asked me how I do this. So I'm just going to do a brief video today. So firstly, I use chicken drumsticks because they have a higher fat content. So they always keep the meat a little bit more moist. And I like how it works with the flavors of tandoori when you actually marinate it with yogurt and so on. So after you've washed it, so we have nice 4 chicken drumsticks here. You got to pat this thing dry. Because if you don't pat it dry, you have way too much water in your marinade later. Okay, alright. So let's pat that dry first. Alright, now you see that I've pat them dry, and you see I've done like some little slits on the chicken right down to the bone. This is so that I can get the flavor right into the chicken itself. Alright. This ingredient on this is my favorite, which is Greek style yogurt. Because yogurt actually gives it the best amount of flavor and moisture. So you're gonna put like maybe 2 or 3 big tablespoons, okay, as much as you can scoop in. Okay, we got the yogurt in. Next we're gonna put in the salt. Actually, I'm gonna put in some salt. For 4 chicken drumsticks, I normally get about 3.5 to 4 whatever you call this in. This as teaspoon, maybe 3 and about 3.25. Okay, because the salt is really important. If you don't have enough salt, it's gonna really taste really sucky. Okay, then you want to get about a big tablespoon of paprika, smoked paprika. All right, I do a lot of this agar-agar thing. All right, then you move on to putting about a big tablespoon of garlic powder. All right. That should be about it. Okay. If you don't have garlic powder, you can always use plain old garlic. That will do as well. About an inch of garlic, ginger actually. Chop it up whichever way you want. Some curry leaves. Then you put on actually about maybe about a tablespoon of black pepper. If you're a person who doesn't like it too spicy, you might want to just keep to a teaspoon. I like it a little bit more spicy. Alright, the next ingredients are a bit more important. Number 1 is garam masala. You want to get about a tablespoon of garam masala. Okay, if you accidentally put a little bit more, not a problem, don't panic. Okay, nothing bad is going to really happen. Okay, then you want to put in some chili powder. Okay, some chili powder. Again, depending on your level of spiciness and how much of color you want. So you will see that this actually gives, this actually goes on to give you that nice red color you'll get from the tandooris. But again, I'm not putting any kind of coloring. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, if you want a little bit more than a teaspoon, you can go ahead and do so. And the most important ingredient, which is cumin powder. You want to get about 2 tablespoons of cumin powder, because cumin powder plays a very big role. So I'm going to go and rough it out and see how much that looks like. Okay, then go, keep going. Okay, I think that's about 2 tablespoons of cumin powder. Last but not least is probably about a teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Okay, I think that's about that. So I normally use Ceylon cinnamon, because Ceylon cinnamon is actually the real cinnamon, not acacia. Okay, and it actually tastes a lot better than your regular cheap acacia cinnamon. Okay, so obviously next is give this bad boy a mix. Okay, and yeah, now that it's already all mixed in, I'm gonna taste it a little bit. Ooh. That packs a punch. Alright. Now all we're left to do is put in the chicken. Get all the spices out. My mom will be pissed if I waste any kind of spices. Okay. Now you gotta get hands a little dirty. Make sure it's clean. So the hand that is holding the camera is not the hand that's touching the chicken. Okay. Put it in, get it all in. You know, those nooks and crannies, those cuts and those kind of things, you want to get it in. Make sure you get it all in. Okay. nicely marinated. Okay, make sure you get a nice coating of the spice and the curry leaf and all the good stuff that's in this. Alright, so you realize that this marinade is not exactly really red like what you get in the shops, because I didn't put any kind of colorings. So there is no coloring involved in my marinade. So it's just good old traditional stuff that I use for my marinade. And this should actually be set aside in the refrigerator for about at least 2 hours. 2 hours would be good. Longer, 4 hours would be even better if you can. Okay, cling wrap it. Okay, and before you cook it, give it about half an hour to sit outside, simply because you want the meat to warm up a little bit so that you don't get uneven cooking. Alright, so I hope this helps. I will show you the results later when we are done cooking this. Alright? Alright people, it's game time. The chicken has marinated for a bit. I'm just giving it a last mix, just to make sure I'm getting things done. I've kind of put some aluminium foil here, and I just laid it with a bit of just a smidge of cooking oil. Okay, I don't like using olive oil with Indian cooking. It's weird. Okay, don't be weird. Okay, because olive oil gives a weird taste when it comes to Indian cooking. So I will stick to normal cooking oil. All right. So I'm just kind of layering it out a little bit. Okay. Don't throw away the excess marinade, because you will need it when you want to baste later again. All right. It's going to go into the oven. I'm going to put it at the lower end of the oven first. Okay, so because I want it to cook a little bit thorough before I move it up later on to char it a little bit. So at about 200 degrees, about 15 minutes. All right.